So we all know that sugar is bad for us, but how bad is it really? Hey there, Lacey here with the Sweet Pea Chef, and today we're going to talk about sugar. So we know that we get that sugar rush when we eat a lot of sugar, and we'll talk in a little bit about why that's a really big issue for our bodies. But research has actually shown that sugar is highly associated with type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, obesity, cancer, depression, Alzheimer's, and many other illnesses. But let's get one thing straight. Sugar is actually by itself not the biggest issue. In this video today, I want to show you how to start looking at sugar differently. I want to talk about how sugar, like carbs and calories, have been really demonized, and it's actually not entirely deserving. Real sugar, the kind that exists in natural foods like whole fruits and vegetables, is something that actually provides a nutritional and functional need in our body, and that's to provide us energy, and energy is good. What's not good is that over time, we as humans have really developed this really sweet tooth that wants things sweeter and sweeter to make our taste buds happy. So manufacturers have started producing things with more sugar in them. And in order to do that, they actually have overproduced real sugars into highly processed sugars that we know today, like high fructose corn syrup, granulated sugar, and brown sugars. So those types of sugars are highly refined, and they're no longer coming from a whole food like a fruit, a vegetable, or a bean. You don't get that time to slowly digest the foods like you would with naturally occurring sugars. Instead, you get it just a straight shot of that pure energy into your body, and over time that can cause a lot of stress on your organs. So the real issue here isn't about sugar by itself. It's about processed sugar and how bad that is for our bodies. So how do we go about quitting processed sugar? Well, let me share with you the 7 steps I took to quit processed sugar and how you can too. Step number 1, read your nutrition labels. This is probably the most important thing you can do in order to take control of everything you're putting into your body. You're going to want to pay attention to the nutrition labels on everything you buy that's prepackaged at the grocery store. So your sodas, your cereals, your energy bars, everything that has a nutrition label, you want to pay attention to it because it's going to tell you exactly what you're putting into your body. Look out for the obvious sugar ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, sugar, brown sugar, and ones that you know are sugar. But there's a lot of hidden sugars you might not know about yet. And those include malt sugar, organic cane syrup, dehydrated cane syrup, dextrose, maltose, and many other words that end in ose. Those will all indicate that there's high amounts of sugar in your food. Step number 2, beware of artificial sweeteners. No, they don't contain any calories, but they also contain absolutely no nutritional value. Instead, they trick your body and your taste buds into thinking that you're getting something sweet. But you're not getting the energy along with that sweetness. So your body gets confused and wants more and more things to be sweeter and sweeter. Over time, you basically develop this sweet tooth that even if you're not having actual sugar. For all you stevia lovers out there, unfortunately, stevia falls in that same basket of artificial sweeteners. Yes, the stevia plant is a naturally occurring sweet and calorie-free plant, but to get it from that state into the grocery store as a powdered sugar for you to add into your drink with no calories, it has to be highly processed. And that's not to mention that having that sweetener is always going to keep you wanting more and more sweet things, which is going to lead you to having more and more issues with quitting sugar. Step number 3, choose healthier, more real sources of sugar. Like I mentioned earlier, sugar exists in real foods. It exists in beans and vegetables and fruits. There's even sugar in celery and broccoli. The idea is you want to have all of your sugar coming from those types of foods instead of the artificial or added sugar. But if you do have to add in some added sweetener into your foods, there are several healthier alternatives that are more naturally occurring than what we might be using today. And those are coconut palm sugar, pure maple syrup, and raw honey. All 3 of those actually provide you with some nutrients as well. So one real quick caveat about adding sweeteners to your food. If you happen to be a diabetic, this is the only time I recommend using artificial sweeteners. And with any sweeteners, make sure that you're using as little as possible. Step number 4, identify the main culprit. We all probably have one food or drink that is the main culprit behind our continued dependency on sugar, and it's the one thing you don't want to give up whenever you consider giving up sugar. Maybe you're a sweet coffee drinker like I was, or you love Dr. Pepper, or that Snickers bar at 2:30 in the afternoon to get you through the rest of the day at work. Whatever it is, identify it and start looking at it as the sugar that it is that's hurting your body and keeping you from reaching your health-related goals, not the sweet treat that you think it is. Step number 5, begin to eliminate all processed sugar from your home. This is gonna be a step where you have to dig deep. You gotta look into the pantry and your fridge, and you gotta pay attention to those nutrition labels. Look for the things that have sugar in them and start to remove them from your home. This is gonna be tricky. There's gonna be ketchup and barbecue sauce and cereals that you're gonna have to get rid of. But if you don't have it, you won't eat it. Step number 6, make it a transition. Change can be very scary and difficult, especially if you consider all of the years we've probably been addicted to processed sugar. So start small, take baby steps, start moving towards that goal of eliminating all processed sugar from your diet. Are you gonna do it in one day? Probably not. So you wanna take some steps to getting towards that goal, removing the foods from your house, paying attention to those nutrition labels, and every single step you take is gonna take you one step closer to removing processed sugar and quitting sugar for good. Step number 7, just start. One of the biggest worries I hear from people who are trying to quit sugar is that they're scared of all the things they'll lose. They're afraid they're never gonna get a cookie again, or drink a soda, or have anything sweet or ice cream for the rest of their lives, and that idea terrifies them. But instead of thinking about all the things you're gonna lose by quitting sugar, instead let's reframe it and think about all of the things that you'll gain. You'll start to gain an appreciation for how amazingly sweet natural foods are, like bananas and carrots and apples. And you'll start to actually taste more foods for what they are, rather than having your taste buds completely askewed because of sugar. You'll gain a pride and a confidence in yourself and your body that you're doing this because you're worth it and you're no longer willing to put all of that junk into your body. You'll learn new and exciting ways of still enjoying sweets but using whole, real foods and naturally occurring sugars, like making ice cream out of frozen bananas or using applesauce to sweeten your baked goods. Plus, you'll have significantly reduced your risk for obesity, diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Most importantly, you will have finally quit sugar. Just like with any positive change, your mind and your body will probably try to trick you into wanting to go back to that old way of living. Just keep moving forward, keep taking those baby steps, and instead of thinking that you have this battle with your food, instead start enjoying your new healthy lifestyle. To get more information on how to finally quit sugar, click the link to get my free download on how to quit sugar. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss my new weekly videos. Thanks, I'll see you next time.